And I will do everything I can to make sure that you don't have to make a decision like that.
What's going on? I know that look.
Brian, have a word. How you doing? Court's in recess?
I'm fine. Yeah. Excuse me.
All rise. This court's now in session. Honorable Judge Miriam Cressman.
Be seated. Miss Colby, would you please call your first witness?
Yes, Your Honor. I would like to call Dr. Jake Martin to the stand.
All right.
The whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
See you.
So, Dr. Martin, are you glad that David Hayward is dead?
David's, but I'm a doctor and I'm trained to save lives.
When David collapsed at the party, you were among the first to decide?
Yes, I was.
And what did you observe?
Well, when I first got to him, there was no breath and there was no pulse. I tried to revive him, but he was already deceased.
And what did you believe to be the cause of death at that time?
From a cursory exam, the contusion suggested that he could have died from severe blows in a fight.
While you were examining him, was Mrs. Hayward there?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And what was her reaction?
Well, she was obviously very upset. Her husband just died.
She was upset. She was upset. I mean, was she crying? Did she throw herself over the body?
Objection.
Withdrawn. So what happened next?
Well, David was transported to PVH.
And I assume that Greenlee was in the ambulance with him while he was getting transported?
No.
Dr. Martin?
Yeah, no.
No. Well, then someone gave her a ride to the hospital?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, how long after David's body showed up at the hospital did Greenlee arrive?
I'm not really... I don't know.
I mean, was it right away?
No.
So Greenlee's husband was just murdered and she had something better to do than be by his side?
Objection.
Sustained. Miss Colby, watch your tone.
So when Greenlee did arrive at the hospital, did she say where she'd been or who she'd been with? To the deceased?
My take?
You were against it from the start, weren't you?
Yes.
Because you felt that he was manipulating her, correct?
Well, David saved Greenlee's life. But sometimes people confuse gratitude with love.
Yes, but Greenlee became unconfused. She wanted out of the marriage.
I don't know that for sure.
She was desperate.
Your Honor.
Sustained.
Sorry again. You don't believe that Greenlee ever loved the deceased, especially not at the end, correct?
Objection.
Withdrawn. No further questions?
You know, I should thank the DA for bringing up a very important point here, and that is your relationship with Dr. Hayward. The acrimony, the desperation, the rage. But I don't think the DA went far enough. Is it true David Hayward blackmailed your wife to have a relationship with him?
Yes.
And that he forced you to hide your own child?
Yes.
And that when you and your wife wanted to renew your vows the night before the ceremony, you were arrested for brawling with Hayward?
Yes.
How did you feel about David Hayward?
I hated him. And he hated me. Ask anyone.
If I were to ask anyone, would anyone respond that they had heard you say you wished David Hayward was dead?
I don't think you'd have a problem finding a witness telling you that at all.
Thank you, Dr. Martin. No further questions.
Redirect?
So, These witnesses that the defense is referring to, the ones that could testify to your hatred for the deceased, many of them were at the party.
Yeah, they were all at the party. You were at the party.
Yes, and I remember seeing you very occupied that night. But if I were to question any one of these witnesses, could they say that you were absent long enough to, let's say, kill David Hayward?
I don't know.
Did you kill David Hayward?
No, I didn't.
No further questions.
Before we continue, I'd like a sidebar with attorneys, please.